Salut pour tous, et soyez les bienvenus dans le programme Planète Équitable avec Adesanete. We are developing the theme of this multiplanetary society which is developing in the planet Earth, reaching for Mars. And before 2050 we should have 1 million people living in Mars, in the first Martian city. And we are doing a comparison here, aiming at the Brazilian Amazon and saying that if we can double the Brazilian population, bringing 200 million people to the Amazon region, we will have the same effect that humanity is looking into for developing Mars. If you develop Mars, we are supposed to add another 66 trillion to our global economy. We can double the humanity GDP by developing Mars. If we develop the Brazilian Amazon, we will have the same effect for the Brazilian economy. We will double our GDP. And then we start looking into the environmental conditions we need to establish populations in Mars, which are the same ones that we need to establish our populations in the Amazon. So we need oxygen, water, and soils. We don't have it in Mars, but we do have it in the Amazon, so it's easier to develop the Amazon than Mars. But anyways, in Mars, our soils, Martian soils, are compromised by the presence of perchlorate in the soils, and those are toxic for humans. Therefore, if we raise our food on Martian soils, we can have problems with our health. We have two different solutions. We have water in Mars at the poles that we can use in order to cultivate food hydroponically, or we can start using the vegetation to clear the soils from those perchlorates. One option would be, of course, planting trees, because they can remove these while producing oxygen, and then we have the timber that we can use in construction. And the other option would be to produce food hydroponically. Then we need, of course, the infrastructure to take the water from the North Poles and the South Poles in Mars and bring it to places where we will be cultivating this vegetation. And hydroponically, or in the soils, we can increase the productivity a lot by, increasing the CO2 levels in vegetation and greenhouse gas infrastructure. So which will be the best options? It's what we will be figuring out in next chapters. Follow us to learn more. Let God's peace and the love that builds be our weapons on our daily struggle for justice. Adesanete, Futuras da Minha Africa.